Subscribe and keep watching for a special offer coming soon from Olight.
UtahGunExchange.com, the nation's patriot marketplace. Buy, sell, trade.
Stay tuned until the end of this video to see Blade HQ cut all the things.
Hey guys, we're at SHOT Show 2018 and I'm back at Spyderco with Eric.
Nice to see you again.
Dude, great to see you. Great to see some knives.
Thanks.
So I'm excited about everything on the table, honestly. There's some great EDC stuff here, some great multifunction stuff here, some really classic looking stuff, and some very dangerous looking stuff over here as well. So let's get into it and tell everybody what we got.
All right, let's start with the Warriors Hawk. This is designed by Lassie Szabo. Lassie has been making knives and axes and different tools for 25, 30 years that I can think of, if not longer. Recently he was doing more crossings, I believe, border crossings, things like that, and he developed this as a little bit more tactical than the other one that we were doing. So the Szabo Hawk that we did before had a little bit smaller head, or a little bit larger head, had a hammer at the back, a little bit shorter. And so what we've done with this one is we've made it a little bit longer so that you can have a longer throw. We've gripped the handle. The other one was totally contoured, so you're not going to slide around on this thing at all. It's got a tip at the back. It's a nice generous tip. This is going to puncture just about anything you need to do. You can drop it through tires in a heartbeat. It still has the two big holes in case you need to tie something to it and use this for some sort of pull. And then it also has the pry bar at the back, so you can drive this thing in and really work with it. But it's thick. It's got weight. It's D2. It's got big bolts on it. This thing isn't going to come apart. With that weight and that length and that throw, this thing is built to do damage, and it can. And so we're excited for the new Szabo Warriors Hawk.
Dude, that thing's wicked.
All black. Not easy to make. You get thick, you get G10s, big bolts, blackening everything. These bevels, everything gets hard, but we're proud of it.
Cool, cool. It's going from something really deadly to something kind of more friendly.
Yeah. This is designed by a man named Jerry Brower. Jerry Brower is somebody we've known for a few years. 10 years anyways. We do a meet in Amsterdam. It's a private get-together where we show prototypes and stuff, and he's been going to it for years. But he's a big fan of the native, and he wanted something that kind of had that humpless top, that kind of shape, but it's more European.
Okay.
It's going to be smaller. When you close it, it's going to be nice in the pocket. This has a titanium reeve integral lock. It's got a stainless interface. It's got a stainless over travel stop, so it's not going to deform on you. It's got a nice green peel-ply G10, so it's going to grip in the hand very well. It's got an easy draw, easy open. You can choke right up it with the four-finger choil. It has a nice lanyard with the reversible clip. It's open back, so it's easy to clean. You know, it's just a nice overall everyday carry knife, and we're excited to work with Jerry. He's just a really nice guy.
Very cool.
So yeah, this is the Jerry Brower. Good for everyday use.
Yep. Kind of a European style, like you said, but in my opinion, it's just classic looking.
Yeah, you know, we distribute all over the world, and you know, something like this is not necessarily the same market as something like this. So,
very good point.
So we're developing them for everybody.
Awesome. What's this guy right here?
This one's called the Amalgam, designed by Brian Lai. He's a college student, and when he sent this in, it was CAD files and an SLA. But he was already using the compression lock with the flipper in his design. We liked to incorporate that. It also wasn't too big. It worked well. So he's got his compression lock flipper. One of the nice things about this is the hole works beautiful. You're not overcoming a giant detent to you know, you can slowly open it, cut what you need to cut, close it, and go back. But if you want to get it open with your flipper, you have that option. You can choke up on it, so you can get right up on there, or you can get a full grip and your hand fills it. He's got a nice tip here for strength. You know, it's not too you know, it's got a good thickness, and then it's nice angle so that you can really work that tip, but it still has that full flat grind. So it's going to be a great slicer. It's going to pass through stuff well. It's got that reversible clip. Also, when you fold it, we chamfer all the edges off of this little kicker so that when your hand's going through there, it's not scraping you up. It's G10 with a peel ply carbon fiber layer. It's all nested and skeletonized. The weight is beautiful. The performance and strength is still there. So yeah, it's just a nice combination.
So you told me that this came from a college student who was essentially CAD files.
Yeah.
So it's like
And a little plastic SLA that he built, and it worked.
I think that's so awesome. Like some college students spend all their time playing video games. Other guys build knives.
You know, we get some knives that are pencil sketches, some knives that are full built prototypes, and we look at them all. You know, one knife, and I've talked about this in the past, we called it the Introvert. That was built cut out of cardboard and pinned together with paper clips when he sent us the original prototype, and we developed it from there.
Wow.
And so you never know where that idea comes from. And for him, we just thought it was a great combination, you know, with the size, the locks, the grinds, it all came together well.
I agree.
And so,
It's really good.
the Amalgam.
Cool. This guy here.
This was something we showed last year. It's the Reinhold Rhino, but last year we brought them in and they weren't working like we wanted to, and we're not going to deliver something that's not performing. So we completely retooled the project. The old one was G10 and BD1. It was a value folder. I think it came in an MSRP of like $60.
Okay.
This isn't that. I think this is an MSRP of about $150. So it's much different. But it uses XHP, so we really bumped up the steel. It's got the G10 carbon fiber peel ply. It's got dual nested liners. It's got that compression lock. And we just built it up. It's a high quality piece at this point. Now, when you get to knives of this size, fitting the hand is a real challenge.
Right.
You can see back here at the pinky and the ring finger, it just drops in there great. You can really choke up on it. You can get your thumb all over it. When you go to close it, the lock works well and the hole works well. I mean, the smaller you get knives to make them clip carry, one hand open, fit the hand. I mean, everything gets more complicated.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Reinhold did a gorgeous job on this, and we call it the Rhino, and we're excited to work with it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Great slicer.
Now this is kind of like a revamp of something you've already got.
Constant quality improvement. Those who know us, CQI all the way. So this is the Techno 2. It's got a different profile. It's going to be a little bit different in the cutting, the performance, the carry, everything across the board. So the thickness is different. Those who know the Techno 1, it was thick. I want to say it was a 5mm blade. And for this length, 5mm is a lot. And so through customers giving us feedback, we thinned it out. It's got an open back construction. The old one used to have a backspacer. This is going to be easier to clean. You're going to notice this one doesn't have a stainless interface. Because of that thick titanium and that thick blade, we feel we like the toughness of this one the way it is. And so some knives we do stainless interfaces, some knives we don't. And we feel that this is a good combination for not. It's got big generous screws, that deep pocket wire clip, that lanyard that's all the way at the end so you can get a good tie with the deep pocket. Not going to show a lot in the pocket.
Great detail. The wire pocket clip also kind of matches the titanium in the way that it's textured.
And then that stone wash all kind of matches. It's not going to scratch up easily.
Cool.
This is a tough little folder. You can go to town with this thing. And so it's just continuous quality improvement like Spyderco does.
Very good.
So the Techno 2.
Techno 2. We've got a couple larger knives we're going to look at. One of them now, this is a type of Bowie.
Yep.
So tell me about that.
So with Bowies, Bowies, potato, potato.
David Bowie.
Yeah. There's so many combinations you can do. What's the thickness? What's the steel? How's the tip done? How's the handle done? So Jim Ankerson and Sanders, Jim Ankerson's a Foramite, Sanders is a custom knife maker. They got together and created this one, and this is their combination of what they think is the best. One of my favorite things about this though is the 4V. You know, with that 4V, it's tough, and so they could get it thin. And with this grind the way it is, and its thinness and its weight, for the amount of cutting that the cutting power of this, along with the toughness and the weight, is the combination that this brings. You know, that's the beauty of it. The three-dimensional handle is also nice. It's not going to slide around on you. It's seamless. It's got a full tang. It's got a nice expansion at the back. This, you know,
I noticed
that expansion just feels good in the hand. It's got the full tang so that it's, you know, solid, but those big bolts, if you want to take it apart or rework it or anything happens, you can. It's a knife that is flexible. It's going to come with a Boltron sheath. It's just going to be a tough Bowie.
Excellent. So I noticed one thing about the handle. You were talking about how it's machined for, you know, some good comfort there. One of the things you see that it's a little bit flat on the bottom and on the top, and I would say that's intentionally so.
Yes.
Because that is a very aesthetically pleasing thing to see. I love that, actually.
One of my favorite features too is this curve.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're working with this all day long, you're not going to cut and wear your hand out, and the width of the blade. You know, I like a blade with some width and some thinness, kind of like a kitchen knife. I mean, they just pass through stuff really well, but it still has the toughness.
Yeah, of course.
And so, you know, the tip's going to not just snap off if you're working with it. And so, yeah, we're excited for this one.
Love it, man. We're going to see another Bowie in a second, but first we got some other EDC stuff. Let's go to these tools here. Okay,
we're going towards clip-it tools. Right now we make little tiny clip-it tools. This is the next range that we're going to make. We make one that we call the this is the standard blade. This is the rescue, sheep's foot serrated. Those who know Spyderco know that we've been making rescue knives, since the 80s.
Yeah.
Sheep's foot serrated knives, they cut like a witch. And so what we're bringing to the market is multi-bladed knives with Spyderco flair. One of the things that we do is we make knives that can cut. These things are gonna slice great. They got 8CR13 MOV. They got a 4-finger choil so that you can crawl right up on the edge and get maximum control.
Hey, that's good, man.
They've got, for the tools, we added large holes. Now for some of them, you can get to it with your thumb and open it. Just flip it around and get to it. This one's got a locking hook. 8CR13 MOV locking hook. This thing goes through jeans like it's butter. And you can choke right up on that hook, drop it to the jeans and go right through. It's a nice clean cut. And so they're also value folders, MSRP at 80 bucks. And so when you're putting these in your pocket with the Peel Ply G10, the full liners, the performance of these things, for bang for the buck, they're gonna be hard to beat. Now they're just the beginning, we wanna get better at it. And so we're going to get them into the market, listen to feedback, and continue to improve, CQI.
I can tell you this right now, I'm kind of like shocked by how ergonomic this is with the other tools folded in there.
Yes, so proud of that.
That's amazing.
I know, the design of this, that's what we do at Spyderco.
Yeah, there's too many multi-bladed knives that I grab and I pull one blade out and then I hold it and I'm like, I can't cut with it.
Right, and then if you want to get the other tools out, you're finding your nail nick, and they use nail nick so that it feels well in the hand. Well, this loses the nail nicks and it feels better in the hand. I mean, it is Spyderco. This is what we do.
Wow. Well done.
And we're going to get better at it. We're going to get better at it.
Okay, so again, the 8CR13 MOV is going to put these in a price range most people can reach. So what was it you were talking about?
$80 MSRP.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for either one?
I think they're both at the same price.
Okay, cool. So, you know, we've got like a rescue blade or just a multi-bladed knife there, or not multi-bladed, but multi-tool blade knife there. Again, for around 80 bucks. Good price.
Now we're keeping it simple to begin. You know, bottle opener, can opener, mid-stop, so that you could work with them. They open up all the way, so that you can really torque on it. So it is somewhat simple, but we're going to expand from there as time goes on.
Okay.
Good start.
Let's see what else comes. Yeah, I like them. All right, we've got the Little Native.
Little Native is made in a compression lock right now and delivering. This is the back lock version. Okay. One of my favorite parts about this is that it has no liners. This is going to be strong and lightweight. It's also got a 4-way clip. So we press the threads into the G10, and those threads aren't going anywhere. A lot of testing. With this new stepped pin too, it really added a lot of strength to the lock back in a small package. It's got the Peel Ply G10, 2.5 inches right at the mark, so if you're within legal requirements in some areas. The clip's got a nice wide mount. If you look at the compression lock version, it comes with a wire clip. This comes with a stamp clip. Okay. And so, you know, like Spyderco, we're giving you variations. We're expanding on it, and we'll see where the market goes. Yeah. We ultimately work for the customer, and that's what we're doing here. Right. We're giving variations and variety. Yeah. But great lockup. Quality is top notch, American made, beautiful piece.
Okay, speaking of new versions of stuff you already got, Mantra 3?
Yeah, so the Mantra 3, again, I'm super excited. Yeah. The feedback from the market, you know, the old Mantras came with a non-stainless blade. A lot of people like a higher chrome stainless knife, so this has S30V. The titanium has its challenges, it scratches, it's expensive, so we went to a G10 peel ply carbon fiber, and then this has a nested compression lock. The old one had a liner lock, so this one is going to be a very strong lock, and when you use it, the kicker goes right by the lock.
Okay.
And the hole is easy to use.
Yeah.
We've also improved the ball bearing mechanism.
Okay.
Much bigger balls, phosphorus bronze, better interfaces.
Okay.
This thing is going to work much better than the old.
All right.
So now it's lighter. It's not going to scratch as easy. It's stainless. It flips better. It's got a better lock, and it's about 25% less. So this is better performing, less expensive.
That's great.
That's what we want to do. We're constant quality improvement.
Awesome,
very excited about the Mantra 3.
Okay, I'm gonna have to probably get into a Mantra finally. I've been looking at it for a real long time, looking at both of the other versions. I think this one really hits the mark for me, so we're gonna have to get into a Mantra 3 at some point. We got a couple other last ones to look at real quick. This guy, I'm actually real impressed with what you've done.
Yeah, this is, for me, it's manufacturing. How many people could do it, even if they wanted to do it? So this is 20 CV in a Hamagori or an apple seed grind that goes down to a zero blade grind, or a zero blade edge. And so there's no secondary bevel there. Doing Hamagoris with zero blade grinds in production, big challenge. But to take it further, this handle. This handle is seamless. It has no voids, it's seamless, it's three-dimensional, goes all the way around. Now this tang also goes all the way through. So if you're hammering with this thing, it's not going anywhere. It is built to be hammered with. It's got a tie, a generous hole there that you could put the tie through. In this one, it's a round hole, but in production, it'll be an oval, so you can get a nice, good tie in there. Now for this bushcraft knife, he likes to put his thumb on top. He works with his thumb on top all day long. Okay. All bushcrafters have a difference of opinion on how it should be done. And for him, he likes this.
Designs it the way he likes it.
So you can work with this all day long, especially for splitting wood. As a technique, a lot of people like to kind of do this. And this is going to work for that type of technique very well. Another thing I'm proud of is, when this goes in, there's no gaps in there. I mean, the fit and finish of this blade and this handle and the manufacturing capabilities of this piece, truly proud of. I don't have the sheath with me here, but the sheath is cool too. It's a leather sheath, it's a dangler sheath, it's a friction fit, so it'll go both ways. It's got pockets, so it'll hold flint and magnesium. And so the sheath and everything that goes with it is top notch.
Terrific, man.
Won't be cheap though.
Yeah, I expect. It's going to be kind of top-notch price as well, but you get what you pay for.
That's what we build here, some of the best stuff around.
And one of the last things I wanted to show, and I saved this for last on purpose, guys, is, tell me the name of this guy again.
The Respect.
Respect.
Yeah, respect for Jim Bowie, naturally. Right?
Respect.
It is something to respect. First thing you look at is the thickness. It's 7.5, 8 millimeters, I believe, right in there. And it goes all the way out to the tip and stays pretty thick. You can drive this tip in and it's not going to snap on you. You can work with this thing all day long. Also, with that thickness and this tall bevel, it slices pretty well. It's a bit of a slicer, and with that tip, the way it's shaped, it penetrates.
Wow.
It's got a generous guard on here. You're not going to slide around on it. You can choke up on it if you need to. Now the tang goes all the way to here, so the screws are bolting into the tang through 3 spots, and then one final one at the back, but you can still unbolt it. Okay. With these big buoys, we want you to be able to unbolt it. We don't want it permanently glued on there.
Right.
This is just an SLA, and so the handles, the fit and finish isn't what it'll be in production, but just about everything else on there is like you would see in production. Now the prototype we made out of D2, so if you're noticing the engraving, it's not D2 in production. Okay. We're going to use CPM 154.
That's got to be expensive.
All good things are expensive. At least that's what my wife says. But it's American made. It's a beast. It's going to come with a leather sheath. Now this one my dad's been carrying. He doesn't like to have the strap on there. Now in production, it'll have a little strap that goes over and connects into the frog. If you're like my dad, you can cut the strap off and drop it down into the waistband. But it's going to be that nice traditional buoy with that leather sheath. It's going to bring back some of the good old days, if you will.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So we're excited for the Respect.
I love it,
definitely.
Man. It's beautiful.
So excited.
I'm excited about so much stuff here on the table, dude. But this is what we come to Spyderco for. Nerdiness and excitement and awesome
I like
knives.
it. I love it. I love this stuff.
All right, we're at SHOT Show 2018, once again with Spyderco. Thanks so much for watching, guys. More to come.
Thanks for coming by.
Dude.
I appreciate it, always.
Thank you. All right.
Thanks.
See y'all soon.
Thanks.
Hey, I'm Zach with Blade HQ, and this is my razor sharp H&K mini axis, and my favorite thing to cut with it is warm butter.